Esqueci de câmera. This is Gizmo, by the way, and my name is Christian. Thank you guys for tuning in. In this video, I'll break down how a color grade S-Log3 footage that I shot on my Sony A7IV using Phantom LUTs. Alright, so this is S-Log3 footage straight out of my Sony A7IV. I haven't touched it yet, and I'll show you guys how you can achieve this look using the Phantom LUTs. And I'll show you the process. It's pretty easy and straightforward, but stick around to the end of this video because I want to show you guys how I achieved this look, which is pretty similar, right? Using my Arri Cinema Green LUT that you can download for free. Link in the description below. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is to add a LUT in here, drag this over onto my clip, and then I go in here, trap or the Eastman RM LUT Legacy, which is the one we're using today. So that is it. I could have used adjustment layer, but I'm not using adjustment layer in this video because I want to show you guys how to do it without adjustment layer, just to switch it up a little bit. And then I will add a color wheel. But this is really important, guys. Drag this over the LUT. Every adjustment and every effect that we add has to be before the LUT, because if you don't do that, you will actually change the values of the LUT and not the clip itself. So now that we have the color wheel, we can drag the exposure a little bit down, and then we can drag the saturation up just a little bit, not too much, like so. Next thing I want to do is to stretch the image a little bit, so I'll drag the highlights up a little bit, not too much, like so, and then drag the shadows a little bit down, so it's looking good already. And I'll drag the midtones a little bit down, like so. I'll just drag this a little bit more up there, and I'll also want to drag a little bit of a greenish tint in this image, and I want to add that in the shadows. So I go in here to this shadow wheel right here, and it's kind of difficult to know exactly what you're doing with this because it's not so precise, but you can just drag this to the middle. Use this as a reference, right? So you're trying to put it like this, but not too much though, because if you use it too much, it will be green all over the image, and you don't want that. So just a little bit, not too much, like so. Let's see if we can drag it a little bit more. Okay, this looks pretty good in my opinion. So next step is to add sharpening. I go in here, drag this over to the clip, go in here, and like I said, always before the LUT. This is way too much. I'll just put it at 1. Let's see what we got. Perfect. All right, next step is the vignette. Drag that over to the clip, and that is way too much, of course, and also this is under the LUT. Let's put it over and let's see the difference. Boom, you see, it's a different thing. So make sure to have any effect or correction over the LUT, like this, not under but over. Okay, this is way too much. Put it at, let's say 23. I think that's a good number. Perfect. So this is the S-Log3 footage. This is with the Eastman Phantom LUT. This is with the corrections. This is with the sharpening and vignette. So this is the end results. Pretty simple, right? So let me show you guys how you can achieve a pretty similar look using my LUT that you can download for free. So we just go in here and change the Eastman LUT, which is the Phantom LUT, to my LUT, which is the Arri Cinema Green LUT right there. Boom. And as you can see, it's way too dark, right? So let's do some changes in the exposure first. Now, I want to drag this a little bit up here, like so. Let's just stretch the image a little bit more, like so. That's looking really good. It's a yellowish hue that I don't like. And to remove that, we actually have to go in here and add a hue and saturation curve. And like I said, put this in front. So I can use the color picker and choose any color that I want to, change. But in this case, I don't want to use the color picker because I know specifically what color I want to change. And that is, like I said, the yellow. I don't like the hue of the yellow, so I'll just make sure that I have the yellow selected here. So I'm actually changing the hue of the color. I can drag it down, but as you can see, then I get more of that yellow hue that I don't like. So I'm dragging this up a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, like so. As you can see, it's a big difference right there. I mean, it's not a big difference per se, but you can see that it changes the image before and after changing the hue of the yellow. So now I just want to bring down the saturation. So I'll just try to add a control point similar to the one over here, like so. Let's drag this there and drag this a little bit down. Not too much, just a little bit, like so. Drag this to the side so it's like this one. And then I go under here to the Luma and do the exact same thing here as well. Drag this down, not too much, just a little bit, right? It's the small changes that adds up in the end. This is the before and after, before and after doing these changes that took us just a couple of minutes. So let's see here. I'll drag this a little bit further down and the shadows a little bit more down, like so, to create more contrast. So this is my clip, the Phantom LUTs, my clip, the Phantom LUTs. Of course, there's differences here. As you can see in the highlights, you can see that my highlights is way more punchy. They have kind of dimmed the highlights by pulling them down, using the curves probably. And so I'm not by any means saying that my LUT is better or anything. All I'm saying is that you can get a pretty similar look using my free LUT. So link in the description below if you want to try it out. All right, so that is basically it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video though, I would appreciate it if you gave it a like, because that will help the algorithm to show this video to more people, and that will help me as well. So I would highly appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. Have a great day.